So the first thing I want to say is this is the last video I am going to make on this subject. The first video was supposed to be a one and done, and I only expected it to get like maybe like 100 views max, and now it's over 2,000, and there's like 200 comments, and I was trying to reply to them all, and then it got too much, and I was just like, I'm just gonna make a response video. Maybe some of the people from the last video will watch it. Maybe not. The main reason I'm making this video is because the first one was only 7 minutes long, and I made it in a rush to do before this next big video. And I feel like my whole opinion, didn't really get out there, and then it got kind of misconstrued in the comments, because, most of them down there were mentally disabled. I wanted to go hard. I wanted to go Eminem on these people, but then I started imagining, if a mentally disabled child came up to me, and called me ugly, would I really kick the shit out of them and break every bone in their body? And probably not. I'm gonna go light on you guys. You guys didn't really go light on me, but I'm gonna go light on you guys because I actually have a soul and a conscience, and you don't. One thing I do want to say before we start looking at some of these comments is one of the most popular takes I kept seeing is oh, this guy only played Fallout 4. This guy only played Fallout 4. So the reason why I use, the Fallout 4 trailer as an example was because that was the most recent game. That wasn't a piece of shit. That's the most recent game, and, that's the one everybody's playing on Steam right now, and also that's the one where I could use the dress clip as a gotcha moment, you know what I mean? Because that's what I am. If you really want to know, I played Fallout 2 for 2 hours, I played Fallout 3, I played Fallout New Vegas, and I played Fallout 76 for less than 76 minutes. So, I don't want to say I'm a scribe, that's what they're called, right? I don't want to toot my own horn, but I know a little bit, I know. Without further ado, let's get into this comments. But one last thing, I want to thank everybody who left a comment, negative or positive. The positive ones are going to get a special shout out at the end because you guys are pretty cool and actually well-minded, unlike some of these other people. The other people, I'm going to pray for you secretly. There's nothing up there. There really isn't. There really isn't. A lot of these comments don't really have much room to talk. For example, here's a comment from that dude that says, "What up, homeless Russell Brand?" Now, I think that was intended to be an insult, but I'm going to take it as a compliment because imagine seeing somebody and saying, "Oh, you look like a homeless Margot Robbie," and actually trying to say that you won't pipe. Bruh, that would make you more woke than me. But I'm going to take it as a compliment, especially after looking at your profile. Here's Jeff, the Tony Tiger 89. He looks exactly like how I'd expect someone who'd write that title to look. I mean, yeah. I mean, I am the guy that wrote that title, so what does that mean? Is that trying to say that I look woke? I get I don't have dyed hair, don't have a nose ring, don't have makeup on, don't watch drag shows. He was born in 1989, it looks like, so maybe he's just not with the times yet. The series is not woke, it just makes no sense and is a slap in the face of fans of classic Fallouts. Never once in the video did I say it made sense. I believe I said 2 positive things about it. I said at the very beginning, it's actually good, to everybody's surprise, and then I gave it a 6 out of 10 at the end. So, half of these comments, from what I've seen, are people arguing against me or to their self about the writing of the show, when that was never the point of the video. If it was, it would say review in the title. It was about the discussion if it's actually woke. And my whole argument, just in case you didn't watch it, is just because it has a female protagonist and a black side protagonist and a trans actor playing a character, which I don't even believe the character is trans, at least I don't remember anything in the show pointing that out. Please, all the fucking 50 people that commented that, please provide me the timestamp where Maximus gets set down and talked about that character's pronouns and why it's bad to call them the wrong pronouns. Give me an example of them bringing up the word pronouns at all, or trans, or like, please. I wouldn't have not known that that character is played by a trans person if all you fucking idiots wouldn't have brought so much attention to it. Kind of strange. Here's Kelper Moon. You're arguing against yourself. I don't think you see all the other comments then that are arguing against me. Sure, I might have said the first thing in the argument, but if you watch the video, I was also arguing against this channel called Synthetic Cuck. I guess now I'm arguing to myself because nobody's watching this. Navodi X. So they agree that it's not woke, but to say that it doesn't have faults in the writing department is hilarious and formed. Never said that. So, thanks for leaving that comment. There's a lot of points that you're probably right about, but that's not the point of this video either. There's one talking about how the Fallout games itself are pretty diverse. And, they bring up Fallout 4. I checked the replies to see if anybody was like, oh, you only play Fallout 4. But no, here's another comment that is actually a point I wanted to bring up in this video. And I'm glad I saw this before I forgot. The first it says the first gay character, but I believe it's actually the first gay couple in all video games were in Fallout 2. It might have been a gay character, he could be right. But I thought it was a gay couple. But I don't know, that seems, pretty woke to me. Kind of like with the Fallout 4 trailer. I don't know, Fallout's looking pretty woke. But there's also a lot of comments that are like, what does woke even mean? What does woke even mean? There's different definitions of it. Here's a couple of them. But what it means to me and what I thought it meant to the world is an agenda to push certain progressive ideals, right? Like, for example, trans people. I didn't mean to do that. I don't believe that having race mixing or a female character or a black side character makes something woke. There is one comment, let me find it real quick, who for the most part actually had a decent take. David Gill, androgynous check, lesbian mother check. That one, I don't remember a lesbian mom. Could be completely wrong. Again, pointed out, but I don't remember seeing that. So even if there is one, it didn't leave a lasting impression on me, or probably most people. Tolkien black guy check, pro-socialism, capitalism bad. The show is woke. It has all the diversity check boxes. But it is still a good show because it doesn't pander to the audience and it doesn't shit on the audience. Denying it's woke doesn't help your cause. Alright, I don't know what he means by my cause, because my whole cause was to just say that race mixing, like, you know my point. You know my point at this point. I don't see how that, because my whole point was denying it's woke. Not that it was a good show. So again, thank you for the comment. Thanks for keeping it respectful. But that wasn't the point of the video. And for the pro-socialism part, capitalism bad, I wouldn't necessarily say it was pro-socialism. Like, you could say like the Vault 4 people were socialists or whatever, and or Cooper didn't like the capitalists, but that didn't mean he liked the communists either. Like, just because you say one thing is bad doesn't mean you're saying the opposite of that thing is good. And again, if there's an example, like a specific example, please point it out, because obviously these people have paid a lot more attention to a show that they don't like than me, which is interesting. Also, one last thing, David Gill. Sorry, I don't want to harp on you too much because you were actually pretty respectful. But the Tolkien black guy check, I think you got that confused with the South Park thing. But so there's one black guy, other than like extras, in the entire cast. That does not make it woke. That would be like saying the original Star Wars trilogy is woke because it has Lando, or at least the second two in the trilogy. Or the prequel trilogy is woke because Samuel L. Jackson is in it. Or pretty much every Quentin Tarantino movie, at least the ones with Samuel L. Jackson, are woke. I get you say it's a good show, but like I don't really understand bringing up the diversity checkboxes thing, even though like sure they want to represent all types of people and not just one type of person. Oh my god, fucking burn them at the stake, bro. Burn them at the stake. This one is funny. Jimmy Spades, man, I'm what most people would call woke, so I clicked hoping to hear some good arguments. You just seem unhinged. The point of the video is mostly to be a, tongue-in-cheek kind of comedy thing. But people took it way too fucking seriously. But, they love their fucking video games. Which, I can't really blame them. Because most people who watch this video haven't watched any of my other videos. And if they did, they would know that I'm somebody who don't really take anything that seriously. So, I'm sorry that you got the wrong type of content you wanted. You should still subscribe, though, because that'd be awesome. Sith Stalker, always the same genotype with the glasses. So if you got glasses like me, you're automatically woke, and your opinion is invalid, and you should stay out of the show-making business. Karn BK Sixon, haven't seen it and never will. Thanks for commenting. Some 1350. Here's my take. I think there was propaganda, but as far as I'm concerned, the show was very good. People are going to have different political opinions, but if your show is good, I'll let it slide. But at the end, he says, what's with Kevin Hart stuff? Knock it off, man. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I don't like him. John Logan. You are carrying like a soya beta. Alright, John Logan. Way to hit below the belt, bro. Alright, John Logan. You got me, man. You really got me with those 3 laughing emojis. These people are from Megaton, bro. After I nuked it. These are the people that's left. The rads have gone to their head. This is from Dovely. I think it's woke in the sense that it's anti-capitalist. Yeah, I just don't think something being woke is an issue. Okay, see? He thinks it's woke, but he doesn't think it's a problem. Fair. You know what? Like, if that's probably as fair as you're gonna get in this comment section at this point. Okay, Alpharisus. It's not necessarily woke, but it does destroy the plots of the first 2 games and Vegas, and you gotta admit Maxi was just an awful character and the dialogue is shit. I would say Maximus, out of all the characters, definitely needed the most work, and I'll admit a lot of the dialogue was pretty bad. That's actually one of the reasons I gave it a 6 out of 10. Especially like that, you want to make my cock explode. That was kind of weird. Here's a couple in a row saying it's not woke. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Rogues Retro. Indeed, the Fallout series on Amazon Prime introduces elements of wokeism. Given the platform and the director's progressive leanings, it incorporates modern standards of diversity and representation. While the original games explore complex social and political themes, the show likely marries these elements superficially. For instance, the portrayal of Dan as a non-binary character in Brothers Steel marks a different... So, I'm not saying this was made by ChatGPT, because I do think you actually wrote this. It just kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of funny. But, I already talked about the Dane thing. If they do reference the character as being non-binary, I'll take that point back. I'll give a point to the anti-wokus. But even if they did, it's still not that bad, because it's not like like I said earlier, they sat down and talked about it and explained why thinking that non-binary people are weird or bad or what is bad or whatever. You know what I mean? This one, little too Ben Shapiro for me, but I think for the most part, it's pretty good. And I do want to say one thing about the director. He is Christopher Nolan's brother, and Christopher Nolan made one of the best movie trilogies of all time. I'm not saying just because he's good at it, his brother's good at something too. But I mean, they might share some of the same genes. I don't know. Thanks for giving my boy Synthetic Cuck a shout out. Love his channel. If you like that content, go for it, man. You know, let your brain rot with bad political opinions. And I don't really think my channel or my video really affected his channel one way or the other. He's doing pretty good. I don't think I'm adding to that, and I also don't think I'm taking away from that either. I just wanted to explain my opinion. One, Kingslayer 4080, it's woke, but it's also great. Just like Invincible is woke, but also great. It can be both. Alright, that's pretty good. I don't think you know what the term woke means. I don't think most people in this comment section knows what the term woke means. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Bear Music. You like slop, and that's okay. Keep enjoying the slop. I can tell just by your appearance you love greasy slop. If you mean like liking slop is giving it a 6 out of 10, then you keep that opinion, man. It's a free country. The appearance thing, it's like, sure. I mean, that is an inference you can definitely have. Hey, I look like homeless Russell Brand. And, you know, if you're homeless, you gotta eat some slop, you know, now again. But, the reason I actually, put my face on the video and stuff like that is because I was taking shots at Synthetic Cuck. And even though he doesn't show his face that often, I wanted to be a level playing field. If I use his face, if he ever were to respond, which he won't, he can use my face, or if anybody else wanted to use it, they can. But you don't have your face on your channel, and not that I would use that against you, because I could have done that earlier with other comments, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're really gonna step into the ring, it needs to be an equal playing field. This is by Lock In. It's definitely woke because Hollywood produced it. Are you kidding me? I could point to like 100 things in the first episode alone. A hyperbolic argument. So if Hollywood produced a movie that was like where the main characters were like, oh, let's kill transgenders, I'm the main character. It was produced by Hollywood, that's woke. By your argument. Sure, will they ever make that movie? No. That's just kind of like, I don't know the arguments system. There's like a bunch of different ones. Because I don't give a fuck. Oh, here's John Logan again. Did you watch it? Yes, I did. I actually watched the whole show. I finished watching Fallout yesterday. It's a good TV show, but it definitely has Wookie moments. For example, in Shelter Number 4, when they said we all had to accept our share of refugees, lol, what the fuck woke propaganda is more of that in this TV show. So, you didn't give a bunch of examples, but I'll go over that example. I don't see, like, anything that Vault Number 4 does as a good thing. Like, number one, I don't even like that episode. Let's put that on the fucking case. The Vault 4 episode was the worst episode by far. They did like weird like rituals and stuff. They have one eyes and ears everywhere. Like, I don't think you should take anything that they do and be like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, you know, just because they do something doesn't mean the show is trying. I don't know. I kind of get what you're saying, but I still think you're a little off. I'm not going to read this whole comment, but Boy in Pajamas said, first episode made me feel like it might be woke, but in the end, it was perfectly balanced. Oh, here we go. Ooga Booga Bongo. To anyone that thinks that Fallout TV show is somehow woke, I've seen black characters on Fallout New Vegas who are gay and have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I've seen Fallout 3 characters with a black person's toned body and a white skin tone head. Okay, I don't really know what that means. Keep the griff going. I don't know what griff means. I guess you're smarter than me. 1980s Pain Train, you're on the wrong side. Please tell me in vivid detail what side I'm on. Because I don't think you quite understand it. I am not saying the woke movement is good. I am not trying to say this show is good. I am trying to say that having elements in a show that I thought we already covered back in the 1960s. Like, I thought we were good. People are still complaining about that stuff. Again, people have brought up decent arguments. Not everybody in there is a mentally disabled person. But even the things that you say are woke, and let's say they are woke, why does that affect you so much? Why do you have so much negative feelings for something that does not affect you in any way? You could argue that I'm spending too much energy on this topic, but I think you guys are as well. And that's why this is the last video I'm making on this subject, because I'm done. I don't care anymore. At this point, I don't even care that much as I'm making this. I just don't understand the argument. Like, if you have good examples of the non-binary stuff, I haven't seen that many good examples. Now, there are a couple comments I want to go over. Did bring up some decent points against my point. Brutal King, he released a big, or like a couple paragraphs, and he was mostly talking about the writing. He said the final line is, the show's writing is bad and it is woke. And this was actually one of the first comments I got, so I actually made a detailed response to it. And then he made another response. I'll put it up. And, he proved some of my points wrong. I'm not going to lie. But again, we were talking about the writing at that point. And, he's right. The writing in some areas isn't that good. But you could say that about most things. And, I don't know, I feel like you could definitely say that about Fallout 3. I'm not even going to bring up Fallout 4 as an example, because people fucking will lose their minds. Fallout New Vegas is pretty perfect, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, sure, the writing is bad at some points. Whatever. But I don't understand how it's woke. I really don't. There's another comment by Pape Studio. He said the Fallout show is carp. Then I gave a detailed response for it. Then a couple, about 1, 2, 3, about 3 people were like, oh, I agree. Somebody pointed out that I'm missing some of the most important lore by not playing Fallout 1, and I'll give you that. You're absolutely right. Most of these people might know the lore better than me. I haven't seen anything that's egregious. Yeah, there's a few things they could have done better on. Why hate it so bad when you can just pretend it doesn't exist? I understand if you disagree with me, you have full rights to comment. That's why I left all comments on. But there's so many people that genuinely filled with hate for somebody who, if they actually listen to my full shit, they might agree with me. I'm not even trying to say don't leave hate comments. You can leave whatever you want. The guy who said I'm on the wrong side, I genuinely feel like these guys, maybe not on the wrong side, but their mentality is stuck in the past. You just kind of have to accept that Hollywood is going to try to be more diverse because of the years and years and years of it not being diverse. It's the same thing with boomers or whatever, when rock and roll came out and they thought it was the devil, and now they all listen to it. Not the boomers, but the boomers' parents, whatever. And when change happens, people get uncomfortable. I just don't understand, why are you uncomfortable with people who are a different gender, different race, or a different sexuality than you? I'm not even trying to be woke, that's the thing. I'm just using common sense. I'm just living in the 21st century where people don't give a fuck about each other and what they do in their own free time or what they look like. I don't get it, man. If you don't like the show, whatever. If you think it's woke, whatever. Keep it to yourself. And you can say the same thing about me, whatever. Go ahead. It's just so filled with hatred for no reason, when if you just put that stupid shit that keeps you up at night aside, you'll realize that, hey, maybe the show ain't so bad, and it was made by people who like the games, and even the creator of Fallout said he loved it. Another thing that people bring up, before I get too far into it, and people are like, oh, you're missing the point. People say that the white characters are pussies or whatever. And I talk about this in the original video, but it doesn't look like people fucking listen. Sure, there are a couple white characters, maybe even a good handful of them, who are pussies. But 2 of the main vault dwellers, other than the other 2, who aren't white, are pussies as well, if not more pussies than the other ones. And one of the three main characters is a badass white man who might be in makeup, but he's still a white man, and he is the most badass, suave, best written character in the entire show. And most people who watch it who aren't super fucking OCD about the lore are like, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know, man. If you want to comment. I just think you guys are ridiculous for the most part. Some of you had some decent points. What I'm trying to say is there are definitely woke moments in Hollywood. You know what? You can even argue, even though I, for the most part, disagree, that there are woke moments in the Fallout show. The whole point of the video is who fucking cares, bro? Like, are you really afraid of your mom, for example, being propagandized by seeing race mixing and a non-binary person playing a non-binary character? Like, you're bringing attention to it more. People call me unhinged. I stand by everything I said in that video. In fact, I doubled down on it. The show is not woke. I am also not woke. For example, Caitlyn Jenner winning Times Woman of the Year. That was you have to admit that's fucking funny, but that was stupid. Like, I don't need to defend myself to be like I'm not woke, because I know I'm not woke, and I know you guys are all mentally disabled in a way, or you guys are all running a low intelligence playthrough. Other things, I would agree, it can get pretty woke. For example, The Last of Us show, episode 3. Decent episode, but it did not need to be in that show. It was woke as fuck. I gotta admit there. So I don't even like using that word woke. It's fucking retarded. I mean, stupid. There's also a lot of comments about tangent about the Fallout 4 protagonist in the canon of it, where, you know, a lot of people point out that yes, it, like, in canon it is a white male, and yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what Bethesda says or that it makes the most sense for that to be canon. My whole argument with that is, if somebody were to play the game, like I said, as a black female, you know, that kind of just like shows that their playthrough don't mean shit. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to make the point that everybody can make their own canon, including the show. In fact, you don't even have to consider the show as canon. If you don't like it or you think it spits in the face of Fallout fans, even though the creator of Fallout himself said he loved it, just forget about it. Just forget about it. Now, I'm going to put all the good comments because I want to keep this video kind of short. Kind of went longer than I expected. But thank you to everybody who left these positive comments and stuff like that. You know, didn't let it be completely sworn by feral ghouls. Maybe I convinced some of you. Some of you probably won't even watch it because you don't want to hear your point argued. I'm done. Watch my new video.